Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about why a certain demographic didn't go the way everybody expected them to go. There's a stereotype that exists when you're talking about active duty. Everybody expected them to vote heavily in favor of Trump. That apparently didn't play out that way. My favorite quote, something that was in a statement: although I cannot provide specific numbers or names, I can estimate that at least 80% of the military ballots I saw were straight ticket Democrat or simply had Joe Biden's name filled in on them. I had always been told that military personnel tended to be more conservative, so this stuck out to me as the day went on. This was somebody who believed that there might be some trickery going on. Okay, the military is incredibly diverse. It is an incredibly diverse organization. And something that happens with the military is something that happens with a lot of demographics. Those who proclaim themselves to be part of that demographic the loudest often get taken to represent the entire demographic. That's not true. This idea of the ultra-conservative, socially regressive military, that's not true. It's not even historically accurate. The military was desegregated before the country was. You could join the military and be gay before you could get married. There's a whole bunch of things where the military was on the cutting edge of social progress. Aside from that, the military is incredibly diverse. There might be a whole bunch of people who are serving who really took issue with Trump defending the current names of some of the military installations. There might be some who took issue with the way he marginalized certain groups. There might be a whole bunch of Puerto Rican soldiers who were really unhappy with the hurricane response. There could be medical people, a lot of them, who take issue with Trump's handling or mishandling of the current public health issue. They're one that surprised me, to be honest. Guys in the infantry who know how important personal protective gear is. They've got to wear it. If they don't wear it, they get in trouble. To watch the commander-in-chief downplay and make fun of personal protective gear that could save somebody apparently bothered a couple people. Didn't see that one coming, to be honest. There were those who took issue with the idea of him refusing to agree to a peaceful transition of power. And there were quite a few who had issue with him bad-mouthing various respected generals. Those were the reasons I got. And then there was one more. Saved it to the end because it's the only thing that everybody that I talked to said. Now, granted, I only talked to like a dozen people, not exactly scientific, but they all mentioned this. That. A soldier retiring today spent 20 years in. 17 of them were spent fighting alongside people wearing these. And Trump sold them out, left them twisting in the wind. That bothered people a lot, and understandably. The Kurds were our greatest ally in the Middle East, and Trump sold them out. That was the only thing that every single person I talked to mentioned. All of these other ones, yeah, they mentioned them, but it wasn't unanimous. So it may turn out something that I believe may end up being the biggest foreign policy mistake in U.S. history is also what helped him lose the election, which is fitting. But one thing we should take away from this is that no demographic should be judged by the most visible members of that demographic, because oftentimes they don't reflect the whole. And that is definitely what happened here. Now, to the Democrats cheering that you now have the military vote, no. You probably don't. Overall, the military is still pretty conservative. They will probably vote Republican in the next election. You got them this time because they know how bad Trump is. I wouldn't count on a repeat of that. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.